What it do, my Majin Buu crew? It's your boy, King Majin, coming back at you guys with another video. And today I'll be doing the long awaited part 3 to What If Deku Was a Kämpfer, or Kämpfer. Okay, you guys, let's talk. I'm sorry I haven't been posting much in these past few months. I've just been going through my life right now, trying to figure out what I'm going to do. Working, going through a bit of depression. Yeah, but I'm sorry I haven't been posting, you guys. I promise videos, and I will bring you guys videos, but my schedule for uploading, I'll try to make sure I can at least post at least 2 videos within a month, but I'm not sure at this point. But I am planning on getting the other stuff I promised out sometime in this month, if I can help it. So I would appreciate if you guys remain patient and just keep waiting for me, okay? Wait till I'm at full King Machin levels. But anyway, let's get into it. What if Deku was a Kämpfer? Part 3. We pick things up with Deku and the rest of the girls heading to have a girls' day out. With Deku saying, "So, where are we going first?" With Midnight saying, "It's the first time you're gonna experience what it truly means to be a woman. So, let's go clothes shopping," with all the rest of the girls cheering for this. As they will all be walking, they will find a clothes store that would look decent for them. As they will walk in, they will first head to the sales associate, with Midnight saying, "Do you have anything that could fit our friend over there?" With the woman looking at her and going around back to check. As Deku would be with the other girls looking at clothes and stuff, they would say, "You should try this swimsuit. Oh, and this bunny outfit too." And with all of them just swarming Deku, with Ochako saying, "You'll probably look good in this," with her holding up a black bunny suit. With Deku saying, "You guys are just like my mother. Just wanted to play dress up with me." With Tsuyu saying, "Come on, it's gonna be fun." With Deku sighing and saying, "Fine, pick what you guys want." I actually do feel a little bit of excitement right now, with all of them smiling and going to search for clothes for Deku. As Midnight will then be finishing up with the sales associate, getting all the stuff that Deku might be able to wear and fit, with her asking, "Will these do?" With Midnight saying, "Oh, I forgot. Do you have anything for a woman with very large breasts?" With the sales associate saying, "I saw your friend. I got what she needed." With Midnight saying, "Thank you." As Midnight would then go towards Deku saying, "Time to head to the change room," with them grabbing all the clothes that they selected for him and going to the change room. As Deku would be left behind, he would just sigh and say, "Time to get this over with." With the sales associate coming up behind him and saying, "Oh miss, you wouldn't happen to be interested in modeling?" With Deku saying, "Thanks, but no thanks. I'm too busy at UA." With the sales associate saying, "Oh, what a shame. But if you ever get any free time, call me." With her handing off her phone number. With Deku saying, "Thanks, miss," and walking away. As Deku will be heading to the change room, he will see all the clothes that he has to wear, and he will just sigh. As the rest of the girls would then come up saying, try this one on, overwhelming Deku, until he would then just grab the one from Ochako. He would go into the change room, and change into a black bunny suit cocktail waitress outfit, with all of them just taking pictures and saying how good he looks. Next, the swimming suit, with all of them just saying, "Whoa," with Jiro saying, "It's not fair," with all the other girls complimenting Deku's figure, with him blushing and saying thank you. Afterwards, they will put him in the prince outfit, which the suit would then spontaneously break because it wasn't the right size for him and his chest, and the clothes would then fall to his shoulders, revealing more than it should have. After that wardrobe malfunction, he would then put on the other bunny suit, with him actually liking this one, with him saying, "Are we done yet?" With the rest of them saying, "Not even close." with him trying on more clothes, but this time with a smile on his face. As Deku would be walking out of the clothing store with a few tons of bags, he would say, "That was actually pretty fun," with Nomu saying, "We told you," with all of them then just walking, going around. As they would then enter a salon where they would get their hair and nails done, with Deku actually enjoying the experience, saying it was pretty relaxing. Next, they would then go to the arcade, just to have a little bit of fun. This would be Ashito's suggestion. As they would just be playing random games, Ashito and Midoriya would then start to play Dance Dance Revolution, with surprisingly, Deku being really good at dancing in this form. So much so, that he would actually come close to beating Ashito, but Ashito would still win in the end. With Ashito saying, "Oh, Green Bean, that was epic! We should dance together more," with Deku saying, "It was pretty fun," with them all just laughing and enjoying their time. Afterwards, they would then head to a cafe, where they would all sit down and just begin to talk. Everyone would be preparing to order something until, out of nowhere, Deku would then get a dessert handed to him, with him saying, "I didn't order this," with the waiter saying, "That gentleman over there ordered it for you," with Deku seeing this, waving awkwardly and saying thanks, with the guy then blushing and looking away afterwards, with all the girls saying, "Why didn't he order us anything?" with them all being a little bit jealous of how much attention Deku gets. Afterwards, they would then go to a karaoke bar where they would just sing their hearts out until Jiro would then say, "Hey Midoriya, you haven't sang yet," with him saying, "I don't really sing," with all of them just saying, come on," trying to get him excited, with Ashito saying, "Come on, you know you want to," with Deku sighing and picking up the mic and saying, "Fine." As he would then be selecting new songs, he would find an old American song, and then he will begin to sing it. This song would be Problem, the Monster Remix by Becky G. If you know the song, go listen to it. I like it. As he would sing this, it will be impressive. Like, everyone will be in just shock, with Jiro saying, "You can sing too in that form? That's so unfair," as she would then grab Deku by the collar and start shaking him, with Ashito saying, "How about you try it in your normal form?" with Froppy saying, "That seems like fun," with Ochako saying, "Come on, Deku," as he would then sigh and say, "Fine," as he would then transform back into his male half. And then he would then select a song, singing "We Can Do It All" by NFX. Again, if you haven't heard the song, go listen to it, I love it. As Deku would then finish singing, Jiro would then say, "You can sing in both forms at that level. Midoriya, we are singing together." With Ashito coming and saying, "How about we do a singing, dancing thing?" With Jiro saying, "Might be fun," while the other girl saying, "We want in too." With Momo saying, "It will be quite delightful." With Midnight saying, "I can play bass." A girl band sounds like some fun, with Deku laughing and saying, "You guys do realize I'm not all girl." With Ochako saying, "Come on, Deku." With Deku saying, "Okay, fine," as he would then smile and enjoy the rest of the time with the girls. As Deku would then get home, his mother would be there saying, "What took you so long, sweetie?" As Deku said, "I was just out with some friends." As he would then be walking to his room, Inko would then see a bunch of bags with female clothes in it and say, "I think I missed something very enjoyable." With Deku getting a small shiver down his spine in hearing that and walking fast to his room. The next day, Deku would be walking to UA, getting surrounded by reporters, but then pushing through just to get to class. As he would enter the classroom, Aizawa would then say, "Okay, we're going to need to settle some things that will decide your future for this year." With everyone being nervous thinking that someone might be getting expelled, with him then saying, "You need to pick a class representative." With all of the other students saying, "Thank God, normal school stuff." With everyone then raising their hands for the position. But in the end, Ida would then still suggest the voting system that they did previously in canon. And after this voting system will be done, it will be Deku and Momo tied with 4 votes each, with Deku saying, I wouldn't mind being the vice rep, and giving the class rep position to Momo, which she will be extremely grateful for. At the end of class, everyone will be going to lunch, with Deku, Ida, and Ochako sitting down together, with Deku saying, I wonder who voted for me, with Ida saying, I voted for you, Midoriya, with Ochako saying, but Ida, I thought you wanted to be the class rep, with him saying, there's a difference between wanting a job and being capable of doing the job, with Deku saying, I wonder who else voted for me, with Ochako saying, I actually voted for you, Deku, with him saying, so, who are the other two? With Momo and Jiro coming over, with Jiro saying, I voted for Momo, with Momo saying, I voted for myself, I really wanted the position, with Deku saying, I also voted for you, Momo, with her saying, oh, thank you, Midoriya, with him saying, oh, you're welcome, with Deku then saying, so, who are my other two? With Ashito and Hagekure saying, oh, that was us, Green Bean. We figured that you would do good in the position. With Deku saying, oh, thank you. Scratching his head sheepishly at the praise. With Tsuyu then saying, I voted for Momo. I thought she would be good for the job. With Momo thanking the ones who voted for her and saying, I will strive to be a good class representative. And then this time, Ochako would then say, sorry, Ida, I know you want to be class representative. You even have the glasses. With him saying, it's fine. With Deku then chiming in saying, oh, Ida, I've been meaning to ask you this. Would your brother happen to be Ingenium? With Ida saying, oh, how did you know, Midoriya? With him saying, I've tracked your brother's hero career for a while. With him then going all fanboy mode. Cutting into the conversation, Ashito would then say, oh, what do you mean his brother's hero career? With Deku saying, you care to explain, Ida? With him saying, of course. The Ida family have been heroes for generations. And then with him explaining the background of his family and how they're heroes. With Froppy saying, it must be nice having a hero as a relative. With him saying, I strive to be as great of a leader as my brother. So, even though I'm not class representative, I will strive to be the best I can possibly be. With Deku saying, good for you, Ida. At this point, the alarms would then go off with everyone running crazy. As everyone would be running, everyone would be getting pushed and separated, as Momo, Jiro, Ida, Ochako, and Deku stayed together. As they will all be pushed up against the glass, Deku would then see the reporters climbing over the gate and would tell Momo to make a loudspeaker and tell her what's going on. As she would then get up on Deku's shoulders, she would then use the megaphone to relay the information she had gotten from Deku about the reporters. After this, everyone would calm down, and Momo would get off Deku's shoulders and say, thank you, Midoriya, with Deku saying, hey, I'm your vice rep, I got your back. With Deku then tapping Momo on the back, with Momo saying, as do I, Midoriya, as they would all then walk back to class. As they went into the classroom, Aizawa would then mention the USJ that will be coming up pretty soon, as they would then prepare for this. The day of the USJ would then come with everyone on the bus, with Deku just sitting down, just nodding off, listening to music. After the whole karaoke thing, he's really gotten into music now, and is even thinking about writing his own songs. As he would be, well, just listening to music and writing down in one of his notebooks, with this one not being hero themed, with it being music themed. As he would be doing this, everyone would then be beginning to talk about their course, with Deku not paying very much attention until Tsuyu would tap him, with her saying, Midoriya, I normally say whatever's on my mind. With Deku saying, yep, I know, Tsuyu. With him smiling wryly at her, with her smiling right back. And she would then say, so I'm gonna be pretty blunt. Your quirk's pretty weird. You transform into an Amazonian girl that shoots fire. How does that work? With Deku saying, I'm not sure myself. My father has a fire quirk, so maybe it comes from that part? But it's just really weird. With Froppy saying, it sure is. With Kirishima and Denki coming behind him, with Kirishima saying, I still wish I had your quirk. It's so flashy. With mine, I doubt I'll ever become popular. With Deku then complimenting Kirishima's quirk, saying, Are you kidding? I would love to have your quirk. You can shrug off basically all damage and get stronger from it. And plus, you're like a shield that attacks back. With Kirishima saying, What? With Deku then saying, You make your skin hard, and as people punch you, they damage their hands. Get what I'm saying? With Kirishima saying, Oh yeah! With him then hardening one of his arms. With Denki then coming behind him saying, But seriously dude, how do you turn into such a hot girl? With Deku then getting a bit annoyed by this statement for some reason, with him then giving Denki an ice stare. With Denki then backing off from the statement. With Froppy then looking at this, with her then smiling a little bit about what's happening to Deku. But after this, Kirishima would then say, But out of everyone, the strongest in the class would have to be you three. Bakugo, Todoroki, and you, Midoriya. With him saying, I'm not that strong. With everyone then getting off the bus after the whole quirk talk thing happened. As they would get off the bus, they would then go towards the USJ, meeting 13. With 13 then explaining the same stuff that she did in canon to Class 1A about how quirks could be easily used to kill people other than save. And there's something I've been meaning to ask you guys. How did you notice that some people call 13 a he instead of a she? Like, I'm not talking about people inside the show, but I'm talking about people in our community. It's just a weird thing to me. But off topic. As they will all be listening to 13 talk, Ochako will be fangirling out alongside Deku, with her saying that 13 is one of her favorite heroes. With Deku saying, yeah, her rescues are incredible. With them just still gawking all, like with them just fangirling over 13. As Kirishima will then look down the stairs, he would then say, Hey, Mr. Aizawa, is this part of the training? With Aizawa saying, What are you talking about, Kirishima? Get back with the rest. As Kirishima would then point, But, sir. Aizawa would then look down, seeing a whole bunch of villains appear out of a portal. As the villains would start to emerge, with one of them being extremely muscular and big, Aizawa would then say, 13, protect the students. Those are real villains. As he would then run down to fight the villains like he did in canon. As Deku would see this, Ochako would then say, Villains? As Deku would then say, Why are they here? As he would then transform into his Kämpfer form. With Ochako saying, Deku? With him saying, Better safe than sorry. With Ochako saying, yeah, you're right. As Deku would then transform, Ochako would just be so nervous right now because she isn't sure she can deal with the actual villain attack. As Aizawa would then be soloing the rest of the villains, 13 would then go with the rest of the students to escape. But out of nowhere, the portal villain, Kurogiri as we all know him, would then come blocking her path. As she would then prepare to attack, Bakugo and Kirishima would then come at him, with them both attacking and their attacks doing nothing the same as in canon, leading to the rest of Class 1A being teleported away except for a few individuals. Deku would be transported to the mountain zone, where he would then prepare to fight villains as he would then be surrounded, alongside Jiro and Momo. As they would be surrounded by villains, Momo would then create a staff and giving Jiro a blunt machete, as Deku would be firing off and kicking villains away. They would be taking down most of the villains, with no real problems going down. If Momo got overwhelmed, Deku would help. If Jiro got overwhelmed, Deku would help, and vice versa for him as well. As they would be taking down villains, Jiro would then be blindsided and captured by one of them, an electric-based villain. With Deku seeing this, the villain would say, "Stay still, or I'll fry her." With Deku saying, "How about no?" As he would then shoot a fireball at extreme speeds, hitting the villain, taking him down, then getting on top of him, punching him one good time in the face, putting him down for good. As Deku would then say, "Jiro, you okay?" As she would then say, "Yeah, thanks, Midoriya," with him saying, "No problem." With Jiro then blushing a little bit at that, with Momo looking a bit confused at Jiro. Deku would then say, "We've taken down most of the villains here. Let's go try and regroup with the rest of the class," with Jiro saying, "Okay," as they would then run to the rest of the class. Back with Froppy and Mineta, instead of Deku being with them, Kaminari will be with them. So, you all know how they're getting out of that. Shock, shock. As Deku and the girls will be running from the mountain zone, Deku would then see the stairs and say, "You guys, go regroup with everyone else," with them saying, "Why aren't you coming with us?" With Deku saying, "I can go help our other classmates," with them saying, "We'll go too," with Deku saying, "I'm faster than you guys, and plus, the more reinforcements we get, the better off we are," with them going to the rest of the classmates up the stairs. As they would then run off, Deku would then run off to help his other classmates. And around this time, Ida would then escape to go warn the rest of UA's staff. Around this time, Kaminari, Tsuyu, and Mineta would then reach land, with Kaminari being a little bit stupid, or his stupid state, or whatever. Around this time, Aizawa would then be getting destroyed by the Nomu, as Shigaraki would just be gloating about the fact that he just took them down, and saying, "I wish All Might was here. But this is a good compromise." With Shigaraki saying, "No All Might here to save me now, Eraserhead." As Kurogiri would then come up behind them saying, "One of the students got out, Tomura." With him then saying, "If you weren't our escape plan, I would disintegrate you by now." With him being a little bit annoyed, then glancing back behind him, seeing 3 students. As this would be going on, Kaminari would then go back to being his normal self, with him being terrified at what he's seeing happening to Aizawa. With Froppy then saying, "We need to get out of here." And then saying, "Don't need to tell me twice," as they would prepare to leave and sneak away from Shigaraki, until he would be right in front of Tsuyu, with one hand about to decay her into nothingness. But out of nowhere, a fireball would come hurling towards Shigaraki, sending him flying back. As that would happen, Kaminari, Tsuyu, and Mineta would just be in shock, wondering, what was that just now? With Froppy breathing deeply, being thankful for whatever just happened. As Shigaraki will be sent flying back, he will be sent flying back towards Kurogiri and the Nomu, with him saying, "Who did that?" With him breathing heavily, scratching on his neck, with him going into a fit of rage for being hit. As he would be throwing his little temper tantrum, Deku would then appear in front of the trio, with him saying, "Tsuyu, are you okay?" With Tsuyu saying, "So it was you, Midoriya. Thank you." With Deku saying, "It's good, as long as all of you are alright." With Mineta saying, "Yeah, thanks, Midoriya." With Kaminari saying, "You're a lifesaver, man." Or woman. With Deku laughing at this, with him saying, "It's fine, you guys. Let's get you guys out of here." As this would be going on, Tomura Shigaraki would then say, "Nomu, kill the brats." As the Nomu would then come charging at Deku, Kaminari, Tsuyu, and Mineta. As the Nomu would be approaching them, Deku would then create 2 fire whips, wrapping it around the trio, jumping away from the Nomu as it would throw a punch, causing its arm to be stuck in the ground for the briefest of moments. As Deku would be jumping, he would jump towards Shigaraki and Kurogiri, shooting multiple fireballs at them, but at the last possible second, Kurogiri would then open up a portal, getting both him and Shigaraki away, but also giving Deku land so he could come retrieve Mr. Aizawa. As Deku would then say, "You three, get Mr. Aizawa," with the three of them propping up him, with Deku saying, "I'll distract the villains, you guys go," with Eraserhead saying, "Midoriya, no, you're still just a student," with Deku saying, "You can barely even move. I'll try not to fight and only distract them. You know I'm quick enough to do that. So trust me, Mr. Aizawa." With Eraserhead looking at him and saying, "Fine. Just be safe, problem child." With Deku saying, "Problem what?" as the group would be preparing to leave. Shigaraki and Kurogiri would then come up, with Shigaraki saying, "So you were the one who hit me with that fireball. I'll make you pay." As Deku would then say, "You guys leave now." As the Nomu would then come charging back in at Deku, with Moneta, Tsuyu, Kaminari, and Eraserhead running off while Deku would stay and take care of the Nomu. As Shigaraki would then say, "You think you can defeat my Nomu? It has shock absorption, super strength, and ultra regeneration. What can a little girl like you do?" With Deku saying, "I'm taller than you." With Shigaraki getting really annoyed by that comment, with him saying, "Kill her, Nomu," as the Nomu would then come charging at Deku. The Nomu would just be running towards Deku as he would fire multiple fireballs just to try and get it to back off, but the Nomu would just steamroll through them. Deku would then jump to the side, dodging out of the Nomu's right hook towards his head, her head, whatever. As Deku would then get behind the Nomu, he would then charge up a big fireball in his hands and throw it towards the Nomu's head, but this would be ineffective. As Deku would then remember, he said it had regeneration. He would then say, "I wonder how well that regeneration works." With Shigaraki just laughing at how he believes Deku is just struggling. As Deku would then see the Nomu charging at him, he would then use his firepower to create a fire sword. With the Nomu coming at him, Deku would then cut into the Nomu's body, but the fire blade would only barely go into the Nomu, barely even denting its skin, as Deku would be smacked back, with him just being, like, it wasn't the Nomu's full power, but he would be pretty damaged from this hit. He would then release the fire blade, panting and holding his, chest, because he would have at least 2 ribs broken by that attack. As the fire blade would be dissipating, Deku would just be panting, wondering what's going to happen next. But at this point, All Might would then come into the USJ, not smiling, taking down all the villains in his way, and then making it towards Midoriya, stopping the Nomu from punching at him. As All Might would then say, "Young Midoriya, let me handle this," with Deku saying, "Yes, All Might," as the Nomu and All Might would then begin to throw down the same way like in the original canon, with them being mostly even. But All Might would then go plus ultra, sending the Nomu flying out of the USJ like he did in the original canon. As Deku would then see this, Deku would just be so enamored by this. Back with All Might, he would be still leaking steam the same way as the original canon because he went over his limit, with Shigaraki saying, "You cheated, you cheated," with Kurogiri saying, "Tomura, I believe he has weakened. We can possibly take him out now," with All Might just standing there, not being able to do anything because he has been weakened, with Shigaraki saying, "You're right, Kurogiri," as he would prepare to charge All Might. But out of nowhere, Tomura Shigaraki would be shot by a bullet, revealing the other staff of UA coming to help. At this point, Kurogiri would then say, "Tomura, I believe we must make our retreat," with Shigaraki begrudgingly accepting this and going through the portal with Kurogiri. After this, Deku would be walking towards All Might, saying, "All Might, you were amazing," as he would then get a good look at All Might, with him being stunned about what he sees. All Might?" he would then say. But out of nowhere, a wall of cement would come up blocking his vision of this, with Cementos saying, "Go regroup with the other students," with Deku saying, "But All Might, with him saying, "Okay, send a toss," with Deku then running to regroup with the other students. At the end of it, after they were questioned by the police and had themselves checked out by Recovery Girl, they were all sent home, with Tsuyu, Momo, Jiro, Ochako, and Ida all walking together with Deku. As they will all be walking, Jiro will then say, "Thanks, Midoriya, you really saved me back there," with Tsuyu saying, "Yeah, thanks, Midoriya," as both girls will then get on both sides of him, kissing him on the cheek, with Momo and Ochako being a little bit taken aback by this, along with Ida heavily blushing and saying, "That is PDA, we should not be doing that," with Tsuyu saying it was just a kiss on the cheek, Ida, to thank him, with Deku then transforming into his Kämpfer form with him saying, "You guys," with them all just laughing at Deku and his predicament. Then they will all break off heading home. As Deku would then walk into his house, he would then say, "Hey Mom," as the two would then hug over the events that just transpired. The next day, they will be in Class 1A, with Eraserhead being heavily banned, it's the same as in canon, with Eraserhead then announcing to the class, "You've all been through a lot, but your fight isn't over yet," with everyone being worried about more villains, until Eraserhead would then say, "The UA Sports Festival is only 2 weeks out," with everyone being so excited for this, with a few people wondering, should they even have the sports festival because of the villain attack, and with Eraserhead instantly throwing out that idea, with Deku being extremely pumped about this situation. And that is it for the video. This video has been a long time coming. I haven't posted it in like 3 months, but I'm gonna try and post more for you guys, okay? This should be coming, I'm really not sure when I'm gonna post this, but it should be sometime within the week I gave you guys on my community tab. But you guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more. And yeah, I'm thinking about doing a system what if, or a gamer what if. So tell me what you guys think. I'll probably put up a poll, but whatever. This has been King Machin saying, I'm gonna try and get back into the habit of posting, signing out. Peace.